And this is where chapter 32 kind of steps right in. Guard duty. You can kind of tell Volk is getting really close to just wanting to clock Ryker in the face. Because he's supposed to be like, shut up. This is your thing. Like, you're going to have to do this. You are our only hope. Please.
If we don't have you, like, so many more people are going to die in the long run. Like, it's a very short-sighted, which is hard to get past, but it is one of those things like, you're so much important for the long game.
Right. So, and again, it's not like Volk doesn't like Ryker. It's just that he just needs Ryker to kind of suck it up.
Know your role.
Exactly. Now, Volk he's showing that he's a lot better at giving impromptu pep talks other than Zelfree, because as we saw earlier with his, like, literally go talk to anybody else, a broom with a bucket overturned on it, like, anybody else. He almost broke his legs jumping out of his window to get away from Volk. There is one line in here that I found very peculiar, especially on a second reread. It says, Ryker glanced up at me, his dark eyes practically a mirror of my own.
It's a little sensual.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, Volk, we assume your door doesn't swing that way, but like that's pretty deep.
He's getting lost in the sauce. So,
well, I mean, he's getting all this like advice or non-advice about his love life, so he doesn't know what's going on. As Volk is stepping outside of the room, Zelfree is standing outside there waiting, and he's got the ethereal Welk as his mimic, and he's like, I purposely picked Volk because I know Volk would have said the exact thing that needed to be said to convince him to accept his role.
He was chosen for guard duty, not because he'd make for a good guard, but because he knew Ryker would need a pep talk. And he's like, I really don't want Ilya to give him that one.
You're like, shoot, if Ilya would have got in there, he'd have probably freaking wanted to jump ship or going after Callisto for some reason. We did get to find out that Ryker does enjoy his family. He does enjoy his friends and home. That he does not, in fact, torture puppies. Like, that was a close call there. This is something that Adelgis tells us, and since Adelgis is the one that goes in there and basically helps Ryker go to sleep, and just the sheer amount of secrets that Adelgis has to know about everyone, I could not imagine this just overwhelming information of, oh, this person is like this, or this person's deep down secret is that, and having to remember that this isn't common knowledge, that just needs to not be said, like, at all, period, end of story.
You also get to know everybody's biggest insecurities. So, like, I just think of okay, eyebrows. Like, they'll just could, like, really, really hurt some people's feelings.
Good thing Adelgis doesn't like to push people's buttons. He would literally be the king of just poke.
One word, just slip it in there.
Yes, but again, Adelgis has always been shown as a very level-headed, just quiet unless he needs to talk kind of person. So it's a good thing that Adelgis is bonded to an ethereal Welk and not like Zaxxas, because Lord knows Zaxxas would be just telling everybody everything off just to tell them off. Now, unfortunately, Luthair, having a second young arcanist, young being, early teens or later teens there, has to go through a tryst. And I had to look up tryst because I had no clue. I'm assuming it's an old-timey word, but it basically means that it's a private romantic rendezvous. And I promise to not be such a word nerd later. I know, like, I imagine Eviana just rolling her eyes like, why does this matter?
Livia wouldn't have cared.
Livia would have cared, but I don't. Like, I don't need to know the history of the Frith Guild or what Forfend is. And Luthair convinces Volk that the 2 weeks that it's going to take them to get to the next city is not the time to have a tryst, but to wait until they're in a heavily fortified city in which Volk to go on his tryst with. So,
Dan Mackison, one of the admins for the Frith Chronicles wiki, link listed below, and doing his best to keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes. If you want to reach out to us, you can email us at frithguildpod@gmail.com or on Facebook or any other social media by searching for Frith Guild Podcast. Just to remind everybody, we have links to everything in the description below on both the podcast and YouTube.
And with that, we do want to thank everybody for listening this week. We just want to remind everybody that Labyrinth Arcanists is coming out in December, on December 10th. That'll be about a month away from when this recording is going to be released, a month and some change away. Next week, since is going to be the week of Halloween and the day before Halloween, Scott and I are going to, and we're going to dress up for Halloween ourselves, I believe. So we'll be definitely excited to show you guys that. And Scott, do you have anything else you'd like to add this week?
Nope, just excited for figure out what my costume will be.
All right. Well, with that, we thank you everybody for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week. Oh my gosh. I feel like people wouldn't look past him or wouldn't expect it. Sorry. Wouldn't
put it past him.
Put it past. There you go. Thank you. Words.